Good morning students, this is class 12th maths, lecture 15th of chapter 7th integrals. Today we will discuss exercise 7.6. So question number 13th is integral of tan inverse x. Now see, there is no second function given to us, therefore we will treat 1 as the second function here, right? Now apply the integration by part, obviously taking 1 as the second function and tan inverse x as the first function fx, because we don't know the integral of tan inverse x, right? Now this will be equal to tan inverse x into integral of 1 minus integral of derivative of tan inverse x into integral of 1. Now this integral of 1 is x minus integral of derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square into integral of 1 is x into dx. Now this term as it is. Now see how to solve this. Let 1 plus x square as equal to t, then you will get 2x into dx equal to dt after differentiating both the sides, right? That is, I am using substitution here. Now in place of this you will get t, and in place of x into dx, dt by 2. Now this as it is minus 1 by 2, integral of 1 by t is log t, and we have assumed t as equal to 1 plus x square. So write down this plus c, right? So this is the integral of tan inverse x. Now question number 15th is integral of x square plus 1 into log x into dx. So according to IRIT, we will take log x as the first function and algebraic function, that is this x square plus 1 as the second function. Now apply the integration by parts. So log x into integral of this minus integral of derivative of log x into integral of second function, that is x square plus 1. Now log x as it is, integral of x square plus 1 is, integral of x square is x cube by 3 plus integral of 1 is x minus integral of derivative of log x is 1 by x into integral of x square is x cube by 3 and integral of 1 is x, right? Now this term as it is minus integral of this will become x square by 3 plus 1. Now this term again as it is, you know the integral of both of these. 1 by 3 as it is, integral of x square will be x cube upon 3. So 3 into 3 will become 9. Minus integral of 1 is x plus c. Question number 17 is integral of x into e raised to the power x upon 1 plus x whole square. Now see, either you can apply here integration by parts by taking e raised to the power x as the second function and x upon 1 plus x whole square as the first function, right? But it will become typical to solve by integration by parts. Therefore we will try to change this function as the type of the function e raised to the power x into fx plus f dash x, right? So see, for this x upon 1 plus x whole square can be written as, I have just added and subtracted 1 in the numerator, right? Now 1 plus x upon 1 plus x whole square minus 1 upon 1 plus x whole square. Now this will become 1 upon 1 plus x minus 1 upon 1 plus x whole square. And now if we will take this as fx, then minus 1 upon 1 plus x whole square will be f dash x, right? So the given integral can be written as integral of e raised to the power x into 1 upon 1 plus x minus 1 upon 1 plus x whole square, that is e raised to the power x into fx plus this complete is f dash x. Therefore we can write the direct answer. This is equal to e raised to the power x into 1 plus x plus c. Question number 18th is e raised to the power x into 1 plus sin x upon 1 plus cos x. Again we will try to make it as the integral of e raised to the power x into fx plus f dash x. For this, see, writing this as equal to 1 plus In place of this sin x, we can write 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2 upon 1 plus cos x, you know, is equal to 2 cos square x by 2. Now this will become 1 by 2 cos square x by 2, which can be written as 1 by 2 into secant square x by 2, because 1 by cos square x by 2 is secant square x by 2, plus now divide this term with 2 cos square x by 2. So 2 will get cancelled, 1 cos will also get cancelled, so you will get sin x by 2 by cos x by 2, which is 10x by 2, right? So the given function will now become e raised to the power x into 10x by 2 plus secant square x by 2 upon 2. Now I have not written this, but you have to show, take this as fx and show the derivative of this is secant square x by 2 upon 2. Then you can say the answer of this will be e raised to the power x into 10x by 2 plus c, right? But you have to show that this is equal to fx, then derivative of fx is this. Clear? Question number 20th is x minus 3 upon x minus 1 whole cube into e raised to the power x. Now again try to make it in the form of e raised to the power x into fx plus f dash x, right? So taking this x minus 3 can be written as x minus 1 minus 2. Why I have written it like this? Because in the denominator you can see x minus 1 is given, right? So break it as x minus 1 minus 2. Now x minus 1 upon x minus 1 whole cube minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole cube. So this will become 1 upon x minus 1 whole square minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole cube. So this function will now become e raised to the power x into this complete term, right? Now see, if we let this 1 upon x minus 1 whole square as equal to fx, then the derivative of f dash x will be derivative of this, that is derivative of x minus 1 raised to the power minus 2 with respect to x. So derivative of this will be minus 2 x minus 1 raised to the power minus 3 into derivative of x minus 1. Now this is minus 2 upon x minus 1 cube into derivative of x minus 1 will be derivative of x is 1 and derivative of minus 1 is 0. So you will get minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole cube, right? Therefore we can say the integral of this function is equal to e raised to the power x into fx, and fx is 1 upon x minus 1 whole square plus c. Clear? Now see, because this topic has been deleted from the syllabus, so I am just telling you the formulas. You have to learn these formulas because direct questions can be asked that what is the integral of root x square minus a square, which is equal to x by 2 into this complete term as it is minus a square by 2 into log x plus root x square minus a square. Then the formula of integral root x square plus a square is equal to x by 2 into root x square plus a square by 2 into log x plus root x square plus a square plus c, right? So see, these two formulas are completely same, but you can see now the third formula is root a square minus x square is equal to x by 2 into root a square minus x square plus a square by 2 into sine inverse x by a plus c. So you have to learn these three formulas. So see, only direct questions they will ask, and that is also very less chance that they will ask the questions based on these three formulas, but still you have to learn them. Now the question is integral of root 1 minus 4x square. Now you can see in the formula coefficient of x square is 1. Here it is 4. So first of all make the coefficient of x square as 1. For this take out 4 common from both of these terms. So 4 common, root 4 into 1 by 4 minus x square. Now this root 4 is equal to 2 into root 1 by 4 minus x square, right? This can be written as 2 integral of root 1 by 2 whole square minus x square. Now apply the formula. A here is 1 by 2. So this is equal to 2 into x by 2, which is this, root a square minus x square plus a square by 2. So a square is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 is 1 by 8 into sine inverse x upon a. So a is 1 by 2. So you will get sine inverse x upon 1 by 2, and this 1 by 2 is upon x only, right? Plus c. So this will become 2 will get cancelled. X into root 1 by 4 minus x square plus 1 by 4 sine inverse 2x plus c, right? So your homework is that you have to do question number 21 to 24th of exercise 7.6 and question 1st, 2nd, 9th and 10th of exercise 7.7. You have to do only these 4 questions from exercise 7.7. You can cut the rest questions, right? Of exercise 7.7 I am talking, not of exercise 7.6. You have to do complete exercise 7.6. Okay, thank you.